welcome to our series on Make in India. It's been 2 years since this ambitious initiative was announced by the government in 2014. It has been credited with dismantling the bureaucratic red tape in many important sectors and setting the momentum in growth and development, driving investments, fostering a culture of innovation and building the best-in-class industrial and manufacturing infrastructure. So today on the show, we will explore the transport sector in India and within it, the tyre industry, which literally drives the sector. So come with us on a journey as we explore the opportunities, challenges and the road ahead in the dynamic sector. The road and transport is the lifeline for any nation. Roads in India account for 65% of freight and 45% of passenger traffic. And no transport would be possible without vehicles and the tyres that actually drive these vehicles. In fact, the Indian tyre industry is coming into its own with an umbrella of 39 tyre companies in the country and 60 tyre plants and an industry turnover of 50,000 crores as of 2014-15. So take a look at the tyre industry's flight to a position of formidable strength.
India has a rich history of tyre manufacture and production in the country. The first tyre plant was set up in the year 1935, and since then, the tyre industry has witnessed both multinational players as well as domestic giants who have made their presence felt in this critical automotive component industry. The growth and flight of tyre industry has taken off as the automobile industry in India soared in India. As one of the crucial components of the automotive sector in India, the history of the tyre industry is linked directly to the demand for vehicles.
A very large percentage of the cargo, the goods movement is by way of roads. 65-70% of the total freight movement in India is by road, essentially by the truck, and passengers are of course moved by the buses. So as a result, there is a huge demand for truck and bus tyres in India.
It has been a journey of milestones and some hard obstacles along the way for the Indian tyre industry. Though the Indian tyre industry now marches proudly with its counterparts globally to attain self-sufficiency, both in terms of world-class quality products and a wide diversified umbrella of tyres, there are still fundamental challenges which need to be addressed.
The industry's biggest challenge today is the dumping of tyres, particularly truck and bus tyres, that's happening from China. Currently, it would be almost like 1.5 lakh truck tyres coming into India per month from China, which are being dumped at prices which are so low that they are not even adequate to meet the cost of raw material.
The Make in India initiative was launched to give Indian manufacturing and production a boost and to give the domestic players a much needed fillip. While the impact is still being assessed at ground zero, experts insist that it is a very welcome step.
When you have a vehicle on the road, other than the brand of the vehicle, the car or the scooter or the bus, it is the tyre which is the most visible part, as you know. I think the more the number of tyres that are exported from India, either fitted on cars and vehicles that are exported, or even as a standalone tyre, sends out that message of Make in India, which stays on the road for the entire lifetime of the tyre.
It needs a vision, a visionary and a steely determination to build a business conglomerate. And that's the story of the pioneering JK Group with Lakshmipat Singhania, believe that infrastructure and transport will be the future building blocks of a modern India. The JK Group, which was already a leader in aluminium and jute, diversified into the tyre business. The rest is history.
A business conglomerate with over 125 years of history. An industrial powerhouse that had its roots in building a nascent Indian industry. A family of entrepreneurs who were committed to building India. The JK organization has its history entrenched with that of India's. From family origins that they could trace from West Bengal, the Kanhaiya group shifted their base to the heart of the desert land, Rajasthan, where they set up their first tyre plant in Kankroli in 1975. It was an audacious leap of faith for a business group which had no prior experience in making tyres and held a dominance over aluminium and jute in the country.
Way back in 1970s, my late father, Mr. Lakshmipal Kanhaiya, envisioned that India's growth story would be very much dependent on infrastructure and transport. And road transport is certainly going to an important role in the process. So he envisioned that trucks will be there, and so tires will be certainly required. And we ventured into a tire business. That was, and then we set up in 1976, rolled out our first tire, and so on, and then of course this history.
In fact, the top management of JK Tyres believes that the very imprint of Make in India is ingrained in the company's DNA. Even before the initiative was formally announced, the company had laid its blueprint for setting up tyre manufacturing plants in India and bringing the best radial technology in the country.
We also believed in introducing, as I said, things for the first time in the country. And till then, tyre industry was dominated by multinationals. So as a matter of fact, marrying the present context in the past, it so beautifully marries that actually we attempted make in India much ahead of what the present Prime Minister has been calling. And so we actually made in India first time that time radial tires. And in order to create a differentiation, number one, because this is a market of course dominated by MNCs, and in order to offer the latest technology product to the Indian consumer, we opted for radial tires. Although, mind you, I must mention that by that time radial technology was almost 50 years old. It is not all that new. But somehow our foreign friends decided not to introduce it in India, and we took it on ourselves to do so. Of course, this was a tedious journey because it involved training and creating awareness of the consumer like you and me. We had to go around every consumer. He would question, I remember the taxi walas in particular, they said, you have steel in your tires, and tire is supposed to provide soft ride. How the hell steel is going to provide ride?
In a legacy of creating benchmarks, JK Tyres acquired another feather in its illustrious cap. The tyre giant became the first company in India to roll out the 10th million bus and truck radial tyres. The event was marked by a glittering ceremony.
The 21st century is the century of competition. It is a century of quality. If this radial tyre today is in demand, it is because of the quality it has, not because it is made in Mysore.
The story of JK Tyre's Vikrant plant in Mysore is a story of audacity, perseverance and determination. JK Tyres took over Vikrant Tyres, an entity on the verge of collapse in 1997 in Mysore. This is where the first radial tyre in India was manufactured. In less than 20 years, the JK Tyre Group has scripted a turnaround story for its facility in Mysore. Each tyre in the facility is made with immense care and precaution. Natural rubber is the primary raw material in a tyre. Rubber and steel with other materials are blended under carefully monitored pressure and temperatures. Various parameters are carefully aligned in the most sophisticated and state-of-the-art machines.
The complexity has gradually grown because of the need of the day-to-day. You have a luxury car, you're driving an Audi. Now you want a very stable tire, you want perfect cornering, you want beautiful, feel on your steering, you want a very good braking capability. Now all that comes from tire, really speaking. Of course, technology of the vehicle is important, but at the end of the day, whatever is the technology, it is transmitted on the road through tire. And not only through full tire, but through really speaking, a very small contact area of 4 tires. That's what is controlling the whole thing.
Apart from its state-of-the-art facility in Mysore, the other biggest plant for JK Tyres is in Chennai. With the latest and most sophisticated machines deployed, the Chennai manufacturing facility produces 4-wheeler vehicles as well as heavy vehicle tyres.
This plant is totally automated, and because of which you will see that the productivity of this plant is the best in this country. Why automation is not just to reduce the manpower, it is so that when you go in automation, you will have a very consistent and predicted output. Just because this plant is totally automated, we do have only engineers working in this plant.
JK Tyres is a company with many firsts to its credit. The company pioneered radial technology in India and was the first company to launch radials in the passenger car segment as early as 1977. With its vast experience and understanding of operating conditions in India, the company is committed to manufacturing the most state-of-the-art radial tyres in the country for cars and SUVs. JK Tyres is a brand known for its excellence in the field of technology and customer acceptance. And with the recent acquisition of Cavendish Industries Limited, it is the only company in India to have 9 manufacturing facilities all over India and 3 overseas.
We have just completed the package of the range by acquiring this Cavendish recently, which we've done, which gives us access to 2 and 3-wheeler capacity. So far we were not there for a long time. So this completes our package. So one hand we make these 3-4 kilo tires of scooters and motorcycles, and on the other hand, as you said rightly, nearly 3.7 tonner ultra large 4TR tires.
Innovation and quality are the ingrained values that are imprinted on every tyre that is rolled out of the JK Tyre manufacturing facilities. The company has a first-of-its-kind joint venture with IIT Chennai, where it works to constantly and tirelessly upgrade the quality of its tyres.
The only way to keep up with technology is to have your in-house R&D and capability. Another feather in our cap is recently, in fact, in the month of September, October, we will be inaugurating the most modern R&D facility in India, in Mysore. So we used to have 3 distributed R&D centers. We also work closely with the Center of Excellence in IIT Madras, IIT Chennai, where we have a joint participation, industry, academia participation. So we work with IIT Chennai to develop better and better tires for the industry.
Besides India, JK Tyre enhanced its global manufacturing spread through the acquisition of a Mexican tyre major, Tornel, in 2008.
Indian global tyre manufacturer, that's how I would like to describe JK Tyre. A company like JK Tornel, where they hardly had, in fact, no OEM supplies at all, because for OEMs, you have to go through grueling tests, which are really very, very tough to pass and to get approved. And you will be happy to know that in the last 8 years that we have been in Mexico running this company, we have entered into some of the most prestigious OEMs of the world.
From starting out as a company which took a leap of faith and ventured into the tyre manufacture business to one that is now making strides in the truck racing tyre segment, JK Tyres has come a very long way.
JK Tyres pioneered radial technology in India as early as 1977. Today, it has grown to become the leading company in truck radial tyre manufacture. From the passenger vehicle tyres, which power cars in India, to two-wheeler tyres and now truck racing radial tyres, the company is now an established leader in the tyre sector. JK Tyre's growth from strength to strength is reflected in their strong network of dealership.
हमारा कंपनी के साथ बहुत अच्छा रिलेशन है क्योंकि हम सिर्फ जेके टायर के एक्सक्लूसिव डीलर हैं जो पूरे महाराष्ट्र इवन इंडिया में हम नंबर 1 पे हैं क्योंकि हमारा ओनली फॉर एक्सक्लूसिव इंडिया में ट्रक टायर में सिर्फ अरेन टायर ही बेच रहा है माल। मार्केट में आज के टाइम में कंपटीशन होने के बावजूद और मंदी के दौर में होने के बावजूद भी हम अपने कस्टमर के साथ रिलेशन बना के अपने टाइम पे बराबर चल रहे हैं क्योंकि जेके का प्रोडक्ट अच्छा है और कस्टमर से रिलेशन बनाए और कंपनी की टीम बहुत अच्छी है, इसके लिए हम फिर भी मार्केट में टिके हुए हैं।
JK Tyres has also been at the forefront of pioneering initiatives on corporate social responsibility. The company has undertaken a number of projects which aim at inclusive development in healthcare, education and livelihood. Take a look.
This is a shelter for homeless women in Mysore. Often abandoned and with no family to call their own, this is where they seek refuge. JK Tyres has partnered with the Karuna Trust in Manasa near Mysore as a part of their corporate social responsibility initiative.
First, we identify the patient, we bring them to this center and we will observe them whether they are mentally ill with homelessness or just homelessness. Once we come to know that they are mentally ill with homelessness, we produce them in the court and police station. We procure reception order, then our psychiatrist and lady doctor will start treating them. The treatment, it starts like that. Now JK Tyres is supporting us. We have their medical support. We are really doing very good with their support. They are meeting all the expenditures of our medical activities, right from psychiatrist, consultant lady doctor, a nurse and medication. They are supporting us.
In another powerful and inspiring initiative, JK Tyres has partnered with the Karnataka Police for the reformation of prison inmates. With books and pamphlets that are distributed to these inmates, it is indeed a new lease of life for them.
ಸರ್ ನಾನು ಜೈಲಿಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನನಗೇನು ಬರೆಯಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಏನು ಓದೋಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಏನು ಬರ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ. ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರೇ ನನಗೆ ಬರೆಯಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಆದರೆ ಬರೀ ಎಬ್ಬೆಟ್ಟೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ಬೇರೆ ಜೈಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಕಲ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು 3 ವರ್ಷ ಆಯಿತು ಸರ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಹೆಸರು ಬರೀತೀನಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೆಸರು ಬರೀತೀನಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರೆಯಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ತುಂಬಾ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಸರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು.
Apart from their literacy mission, JK Tyres has been closely associated with villages around Mysore. Other than building public toilets under Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, JK Tyres has also worked with farmers to help improve their yield, as the barren land was leading farmers to other livelihood options.
Under our CSR project, we have taken up we have adopted 5 villages. More or less it is a barren land, never cultivated. They have never tried cultivation. We have done an initial feasibility study. Then we thought that we will take up water conservation related activities, as well as helping the farmers to cultivate the good crop and the plantation of mango, creating mango orchards, as well as rejuvenation of the ponds and water recharge pits. 125 farmers have been benefited with this project, and they each have got 40 mango plants to plant in their barren land, so-called. They have put their efforts and they made it productive lands now. So you can also see by the side of mango trees, they are able to grow all seasonal vegetations like tomato and other things.
Apart from the standout CSR initiatives that JK Tyre does in Mysore, the company also has spearheaded pioneering initiatives in the Rajasthan, Chennai and Lucknow. While health camps and adult literacy are the focus for Rajasthan's underprivileged communities, the company is helping women in Chennai becoming economically self-sufficient by providing them sewing machines to start their own business.
Today, India's credibility is stronger than ever. There is visible momentum, energy and optimism, and Make in India is opening investment doors. The Indian market is witnessing its golden period and is headed towards becoming the world's most powerful economy. So thank you for watching our Make in India series, which is an attempt to bring you the growth story of India.